Education is not just about getting degrees, it's about being ready to contribute back to our society. I'm Dr. Pranav, HOD Department of Public Health, and today I'm going to take you through this small journey of how to develop business models, especially in healthcare and in general. So, there are these two kind of endeavors in life. The first one is about learning, about giving, but without any monetary exchange. That's called education, that's called philanthropy. So there are a lot of institutions which are doing great philanthropic work, but for every individual to survive and to get employment and to be contributing to the society, we need to create some product or some service which can be useful to others, for which people are willing to pay. And all the products, all the service, the way the exchange takes place between the producers and the people who need the service is called business. So essentially business is about some monetary exchange for which products and services exchange the hands. Suppose someone is not so healthy, but he's himself a physician and he treats himself. So now this is not a business. This healing by your own self. A mother cooking for her children, that's not a business. Though a service is exchanged, mother is essentially cooking for her children. But still that's not at all a business. When we are talking about business, the first step comes in terms of finding what product or what service we can provide to others. That is, like, we have to find what training I have got. Like, I'm a doctor, so I have a skill set to provide services to people who are ill, who are not in the right state. As trained scientist in public health, I have a skill set to design a research for the community, to design an epidemiological complete survey analysis and coming up with something valuable for the policy makers. Now this is my skill set. So government needs my skill set because government wants to understand what are the policies to be implemented. Now I can come up with a business based upon my skill set. That's my training as public health scientist. I can come up with a research firm that can do research for other people, maybe businesses, maybe NGOs, maybe government. So that can be a business model that starts with my skill set and my training. So all the students and all the young people, not restricted to just young people, but essentially everyone, if they want to start, one of the easiest point to start is start with your own educational training. We all have some or other kind of training, and the training is really needed in the community. English graduate, now they are finding good business in creating content. Medical graduates, they are finding business in developing healthcare. Same way, the professionals in different domains of healthcare, optometry or say physiotherapy, they all can provide services and create a business. So the first step, we find out that we need to have identified first what's my skill set and what's my education. Based on that, we start what we can offer, what we have that we can provide to the society. Now the second thing is, who are the people who are willing to purchase my services? If I'm an optometrist, I have to find people who are looking for refractive correction. There I can start my business of optometry. If I'm a doctor, I need to make people know that here my services are available. There is a huge population which is still unserved. So that way I get a population which is ready to consume my product and my services, which is providing medical care. So number one step was to find out and identify your skill set and education. And number 2 point is to find out who can be our consumers who have got the latent need. जहाँ पे भी एक population है जो 1000 की है, 5000 की है, where maybe they need a health services, they need a pathology service, they need optometry service, they need physiotherapy service. So there I can start a setup for providing medical services. Now the third part, and equally critical, now I have to get in touch with the professionals like chartered accountants who know the idea how to start the business, how to meet the mandatory compliances with the government. I also need to take services of lawyers to fulfill the legal commitment. In any country, in any society, there are certain legal requirements, there are certain statutory requirements. So for a business to start, you need to get in touch with a lawyer and a CA. Then you need to have a team. A business cannot essentially start with just one man, though there are businesses and they are quite successful one, but still it is always good if we have a right team, like someone to do the marketing, someone to operationalize the whole thing, someone to take over the offices, to provide the support at offices, some staff to carry the day-to-day work. So with this all thing, identifying my skill set as step number 1, finding out my consumers, the target consumers at step 2, getting help from professionals at point number 3, and point number 4, getting right kind of staff, I can come up with a model. And now the most important part of the model. After you have identified what you are going to serve, who are your consumers, you need to have right setup, how to communicate what you are serving to your target audiences. That's your advertisement, that's your marketing. So with this all steps, we can come up with a right model. As young minds, I expect all the students and budding professionals to come up with great models, because as you can see in India right now, we are going to become world's largest population, and considering the population is very young, India is uniquely poised to become a business superpower, and you are staying at the cusp of this business revolution. I hope and I pray all of you make great business. Thank you.